Hey guys, this is Latasia from NQ Social, and today I am reviewing Kelly Rowland's new book, Whoa Baby, a guide for new moms who feel overwhelmed and freaked out and wonder what the bleep just happened. So I had the pleasure to speak with Kelly last week at her book release, and I was intrigued by the cover art. If you haven't seen my segment, click on the link in the description box. It's there for you. So we spoke a little bit about the cover art. It's not only fun and whimsy and colorful, but it is a reference to a time period where gender roles were evolving. So I wanted to get her perspective on that time period to where she's at today, which is a modern woman who has reached mega success and is now raising a family. So it was interesting to hear her perspective. Again, if you haven't seen that segment, the link is in the description box below. So let's just get right into the book. It's very clear that Kelly's audience is expectant mothers who, haven't had the baby yet, but this is kind of a guide to know what to expect, post baby, like what your body goes through emotionally, physically, spiritually even. She touches fabulously on each of those subjects in this book. It's also for women who has had children that can very well relate to it. I don't have any children yet, but there were several things I was able to take away from this book. For example, Kelly co-wrote the book with her OBGYN, Dr. Bickman. And I love that she used a medical perspective when explaining some of the experiences she had. Very honest and graphic experiences, but they were very tasteful in the way she explained it, and it's natural. So, I didn't feel prude, I wasn't a prude about it. I just, commend her for her honesty. But Dr. Bickman comes with a medical explanation to validate what it was, and I found that to be very interesting, even if it was like an OMG moment, like I can't believe that happened, or I can't believe that could happen. I'm the type of person who likes all of the information before doing something. So one day I would like to have children, but I feel like this book kind of readjusted my priorities, and probably for other women as well. Maybe they will want to wait after reading this book in knowing what could possibly happen. There was a lot of statistics and hard facts, so I do appreciate that being in this book, and how it was presented in an entertaining, palatable way. Kelly obviously has a sense of humor, but at the same time, there was some seriousness to her conditions and to many other women conditions. One of the other interesting points she brought up, how postpartum experiences isn't discussed amongst women. She had no idea that she would be experiencing some of the things she did because none of her friends warned her. And that's an excellent point of view to bring to the table, is why don't women talk about what, happens after giving birth? Yeah, it's not the most sexiest thing to talk about, but I feel like it's should be talked about. It's survival. So that was an excellent point of view that she brought up in the book as well. She also talked about the contrast of how people treated her as a pregnant woman. They treated her like a queen, and they were very compassionate and empathetic, and just, anyone from her friends and family to random strangers at the grocery store. Yet, the moment she had the baby, it seemed like all of that was no longer there. And I feel like that is probably the time where you need the most support. Not only is your body completely different, but there's some physiological things that is happening in your body that wouldn't normally happen. isn't normal. So I feel like that is probably the most supportive time, most support you need from your friends and family. There was also some sad moments in the book. She spoke about the loss of her mom. My condolences go out to Kelly. My heart was very heavy when I read that part about her losing her mother 3 weeks prior to having her son Titan. Girl, I don't know where the strength came in at. It didn't seem like she was able to properly grieve because she had just had the baby. However, the baby was also her gift in grieving and kind of helping get over that hump. I know you can never get over the loss of a parent, but I feel like it helped her refocus, even though there was some tough times she had. So thank you for sharing that and being extremely honest in this book. I think this is the most honest she's ever been in any body of work that I've ever gotten from her. I do know that a part of Kelly's DNA is that no matter how well she packages it, how appealing or how modern it's packaged, I do know to expect substantive content. And overall, I felt that this book did have substantive content. Like I said, there was so many medical terms that I learned throughout this book. There was just so many things that she spoke about the way the body changes, and she brought hard facts, statistics to back it up, and it was hilarious. I did enjoy reading it. It took me 2.5 days to read it, so that just lets you know that it's fairly intriguing. It usually takes me a little longer to read books, at least a week. But I did feel like this book was an easy, palatable read, but filled with quite a bit of facts. So, good job on that. One other thing that I usually do with my books is I usually highlight certain things in the book, to go back to, or just to kind of take notes on, like, oh, I learned something new. But this book is so pretty. I didn't feel the need to do that. I didn't want to ruin the book. I just think it's colorful. It's just so pretty. So I think I'm gonna keep it on my coffee table for some time. So guys, I hope that my recap kind of enlighten you a little bit and help you to understand what the book is about overall, that you just don't necessarily have to be expecting a baby to read it, but just kind of know that it is an informative book and could possibly give you a heads up or make you change your perspective just a little bit. So please comment if you have any feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.